Okay, the Jazz start Summer League last night, and it went fairly well. Ace made his much anticipated NBA Summer League debut for the Utah Jazz. Let's look at some clips and talk about it.
Three, off the mark, rebound Collier. How about that pass? Rifles it to Filipowski. Where did that come from?
That was an absolutely terrific play by Isaiah Collier, and we've seen him make some really fabulous passes last year in the NBA with the Jazz. But that particular play, that was the offensive highlight in the night, in my opinion, at least one of them. But he hit Kyle running down the court, nearly a full court bounce pass. He hit him in stride so Kyle could easily catch the ball and finish with a dunk. And that was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pass. Awesome, awesome stuff. Now, let's move on to Ace. Now, this was obviously, the Jazz haven't had this high of a draft pick in a while, and the expectations of Ace, I think, are just off the charts. And people expect way too much of an 18-year-old kid making his debut in NBA Summer League, his first game with the Jazz. Yes, it is Summer League, but it's still the first game with the Jazz. And I think the expectations are too high right now. Ace has some growing to do. He has some understanding that he needs to improve upon in terms of becoming a winning NBA player. He has some skill development, he has some body development, and he just needs some seasoning. And it's not a quick thing. There are no easy pathways forward for him to become that type of a player that the Jazz need him to become. It just takes time, and it's going to take a year, it's going to take 2 years, it's going to take 3 years. But this is the beginning process of that development where it's a good first step. It really is. I mean, he didn't shoot the ball well. He went 3 for 13 from the field tonight, but he did get some rebounds. He made some defensive plays. He had a nice block. He did some things well. So let's look at one of the plays that he did, and one of the offensive plays that I think that this is what the Jazz should do more of with him in order to get him some easier looks at the basket rather than just giving the ball and letting him create on his own and ending up in some really difficult shot situations. And that's one of the reasons why he shot 3 for 13 was the shot selection and his ability to create those shots on his own at this point. I mean, it's not the greatest place to be. So yes, the Jazz need to put him in some isolation situations, but they need to also balance that out with giving him the ball in situations where he doesn't even need to dribble, where he can just go up into easier shots. He had this shot that I'm going to show you was a nice one, and he also had from the left corner, he had a nice 3 that he was able to get without a hand in his face, and just nice rhythm, easy shot. So let's look at this one play of his that he did in the midst of, just the normal offense in the first half. So in this particular play that I'm about to show you, Ace comes off. He's using his teammates to get himself a better look. And the Jazz, obviously designed this so he could come off these picks and get himself in rhythm mid-range shot. So he's using, I like the fact that other people are involved in this play. It's not just Ace. So other people are helping him get open. And obviously Walt Clayton Jr. delivers a really nice pass to him on time in the right place so he can just catch it and go up and make an easy 15-footer. So what they do is he's coming off a pick over here, and he makes his way up around here, up around the 3-point line. He catches the ball about right here, and then he makes the shot about right here. So this is really nice. This is what I've been clamoring for the Jazz to do more of with Lowry, so he's just not shooting so many threes. Get him some easier looks in the mid-range game, so it kind of balances out these long stretches where he's in a drought and just shooting threes and missing threes. It's better to like have some sort of balance so guys can get a rhythm where they're just not seeing so many misses. And this is one of those cases where I hope that this particular play, I hope they carry this forward and give Ace more opportunities like this, because this is really terrific. And this shows Ace's length, his ability to get up and smoothly make a jump shot. I mean, there are very few guys who are going to be able to contest such a shot because of Ace's, athleticism and his length. When he's releasing the ball, it's up really high. And so even though he was open in this play, even in a situation where it's a little bit tighter on defense, he can still make this type of shot. So let's take a look at how this plays out. Just running the play.
Well, I mean, we saw early on that he can hit it. It's about consistency.
Ace, split-legged jumper.
That was just a terrific play. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, that was just beautiful. And those are the type of plays that I love to see. And I wish the Jazz would incorporate more of this into the regular season offense than they do. So I hope the Ace gets some more plays like this where he can just catch and shoot it and have a nice open look from the mid-range. I mean, I think this would do world of good for his confidence, and it kind of balances out with, rather than going for long stretches where he's just kind of creating on his own and forcing up some difficult shots, this gives him an easier pathway forward where he can have some confidence in what he's doing because he sees some success. So overall, I thought Ace's numbers were pretty good. I mean, I think we're going to look at the box score here, but as a whole, I think that the Jazz, this is a good debut for the Jazz as a whole, I thought. And even though Ace didn't shoot the ball particularly well, I think it's a good first step, and I think he'll have some better games than this in Summer League, providing there's no injury and he continues to play, and he'll probably have some more games like this as well. So I don't think this game is going to be an anomaly for him. I think that he's going to have some other struggles. He has a lot to learn, and it's going to be a slow process, but good debut. What about Cody Williams? Now, we all know what Cody did last year and all the struggles that he went through with the team, his shooting struggles, his strength struggles, his weight. He's a really low weight coming into last season. Now, we all have heard the things, how he's consuming all these thousands of calories per day, just an enormous number of calories, where he's just kind of eating and eating and eating, even though he doesn't want to eat, he's eating anyway in order to gain weight and the ability to put on muscle. And those are good because it certainly seems like Cody has gained some weight, and he has certainly gained some muscle. And those are things that are going to help him continue to improve on the basketball court. But in terms of skill development and what he showed this with his debut with yesterday's game in the first Summer League game, I mean, he shot 5 for 12 from the field. He made a couple of threes. He went 2 for 6. He went 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. So he's putting numbers into all areas of the stat sheet, and he played 25 minutes. And that's great. The 5 for 12, I mean, that's a huge win for Cody Williams, even though it is a Summer League game, considering all the struggles he went through last year. With his body improvement and hopefully this is a step in a positive direction where he can build on this and have some more good games in the summer before going into fall camp. But this is great. I thought he played well. I think that Cody needed to tweak his shooting mechanics. I am a big believer in that, and I couldn't tell how his shooting mechanics looked from these few shots that he took in Summer League. I need to see him shoot around before I pass judgment on that side of it, how he looks in terms of his mechanics shooting the ball. So I don't know about that yet. But in terms of the 5 for 12 from the field and the 2 for 6 from 3, that's certainly vastly better than where he was last year when he played games for the Jazz. So I think this is really positive for Cody. I mean, I'm happy for the kid because I know a lot of people had completely given up on him. And I didn't, from this debut this year, I think that I think there's hope. Certainly hope that he becomes a better player in his second season, a significantly better player. So the 14 points is a good start for him. And Ace Bailey, we went through it, the 3 for 13, 1 for 5 from 3, 1 for 2 from free throw line. But on the other hand, he did get 7 rebounds, the 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. And that block that he had where he was kind of out of the play, he was trailing the guy that he was chasing through the lane. And with Cody's length, we all know Cody's length. He's really long. He's really athletic. He has long arms. He was able to go up, chasing down, and go up and get a piece of that guy's shot. And he actually got the block. He stopped the field goal. I mean, that was a terrific, not a play where he could have given up, but he didn't. He chased down and he got that block. And when I look at the peak of that jump, it looked like his hand was close to about the top of the square on the backboard. So, I mean, that's unbelievable length. I mean, that's just incredible. So that's certainly what Ace has the ability to do, and that was a terrific play. So I expect better things from Ace moving forward. I think that he's going to. I think this is just a nice first step, and I look forward to seeing him have 1 or 2 really good games in Summer League, and hopefully that works out for him because that would give him some confidence. Coming out of Summer League, you just don't want him to struggle in every game. You want to see him have some successes too, because that'll do a world of good for his confidence. I know Ace is a very confident young guy, but still, you just don't want to see all struggles. You want to see some success as well. That takes us to Kyle. Now, Kyle started off this game. He missed those first 2 threes, but from that point on, he went 8 for 11 from the field all. He missed the first 2 threes. So the rest of the game, from that first 2 minutes where he missed those first 2 threes, the other 38 minutes of the game, he went 8 for 9 from the field. I mean, he was shooting the ball as well as you could ever possibly imagine. So he goes 8 for 11 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and he still gets 6 rebounds and 2 assists and 1 block. And he's clearly playing out of position at center. Now, I know why the Jazz are playing him at center, because they just want him to get on the court and they want their other guys to be on the court as well. So they're playing him at center in Summer League, which is fine. I don't think that's his natural position. I think that's clear that it's the 4, but right now, in Summer League especially, playing him at center, good. Just get him on the court, get him experience. So he shot the ball really well. And he rebounded really reasonably well too. I mean, the 6 rebounds, it's not a huge number for a center, but he played 25 minutes and 6 rebounds, not bad. 6 rebounds for a power forward in 25 minutes, not bad. So even though it is Summer League. So we know Kyle has great passing skills and all that, but we want to see the improved free throw shooting. He struggled mightily from a free throw line last year. The 4 for 4, good step in the right direction there. And overall, I thought Kyle played really well. He's obviously the highest scorer in the game with 22 points, and good debut for him. And again, let's go on to Brice too. Brice going into his 3rd NBA season next year, you would expect him to be able to put up really good numbers in Summer League, and he looked really comfortable on the court. He's getting his shots at his pace, his rhythm. He's in rhythm. He knows what to expect. I mean, the ball looks great coming out of his hand, usually always. I mean, he looked terrific in this game. I mean, Brice has beautiful shooting mechanics. We all know that. His body still looks improved. It doesn't look as good as I would like it to look, but I think it looks improved over the end of last regular season. And great numbers for him. That 16 points in the first half. I mean, he was obviously the catalyst for giving the Jazz a really good lead going into halftime. And Brice played as well as we probably all thought that he would, being an older player and a more experienced player, I think he was terrific. I mean, that's as good as we can get. I mean, obviously the challenge for Brice is still improvement on the defensive end. Can he defend well enough to play meaningful minutes in an NBA game? And that's still one of the challenges that Brice has. If he continues to get his body better and better, I think that'll continue to give him a better and better chance at being a significant contributor in the regular season. And I think Brice has the capability to do that. I fully believe that. He seems like a really good young guy. He's intelligent. I think that he has the capacity to continue to improve and to be a contributor on the Jazz team and be a contributor to an actual winning team, which is the most important part of this. You don't just want to be a contributor to a losing team. You want to be able to be good enough to contribute to a winning team. I think Brice is on that pathway. I think he has the ability to do that. Is it immediately? Is it this coming year? I don't know. But I think at some point in the future, a year, next year, the season after that, he'll be to the point where he's a plus player on a decent NBA team. So that takes us to Isaiah. Isaiah, everybody knows Collier's big weakness coming, in during last season and then coming into this summer and then going into next season is his shooting. And in this game, that really didn't change. He was 1 for 7 from the field, so he struggled again. He was 0 for 3 from 3, 5 for 8 from the free throw line. I mean, the other areas of Isaiah's game where he's a quality passer, he's a bulldog with the ball in his hands, his speed with the ball in his hands is elite. I mean, he's able to see the floor, he's able to find his teammates and give them good quality passes where they can just catch and do something with the ball. I mean, he is good at all those areas. The one thing that we don't know about Isaiah, because Isaiah is a reasonably good defender too. At least he's a capable defender, and I think that his mentality is he can actually be a plus defender. But the big question is that shooting. Can he be a good enough shooter to be on the court for a good NBA team? And those things, the jury's still out on that. I'd like to see his like Cody. I need to see Isaiah shooting around in a shoot around to kind of gauge where his mechanics are, because I think I've always felt that Collier definitely needs to tweak his mechanics to be a good shooter. It's not just, you can't just go through a bunch of reps if you have the wrong mechanics. You can't, doing a bunch of reps shooting the ball incorrectly isn't going to get you where you need to go, where you want to go. You need to fix the mechanics first and then do a bunch of reps with the correct mechanics. That is the pathway to becoming a good shooter. And so I don't know if Collier is there yet. I don't know what he did with his mechanics. I need to look at him shooting the ball to really have a good gauge for how he shoots it. A few shots in Summer League didn't give me that, and I wasn't in the arena able to see him in person to know that. I hope that I am able to see him shooting around at some point in the Summer League, and with a good view of it, so I can kind of gauge where his mechanics are at this point. Whether he worked on that from the time the season ended to the time this Summer League started, and we'll see what he does. But that's the big key for Isaiah. Can he shoot the ball well enough to stay on the court? So that takes us to the guy that I really liked and the guy that I wanted the Jazz to draft, and Walt Clayton Jr. And I thought his debut was solid. I think he was good. In his debut, he did everything reasonably well. We saw that one pass that he gave to Ace Bailey when on that curl on the left-hand part of the lane, where Ace was able to just catch it and go up in rhythm and make that shot. I mean, that was obviously a pass. It wasn't a difficult pass. It was a pass at the right time in the right place where Ace was just able to cleanly catch it and go up in rhythm and make that shot. And I think Walt Clayton Jr. was obviously a combo guard at Florida. He's a scoring point guard. I think some of that will transition, but I think there's also an opportunity to make him more of a point guard team leader in the NBA than just a scoring just a scoring combo guard. That's my hope. I mean, he has similar size and strength and athleticism to what Darren had. I think that he could emulate and replicate what Darren provided to the Jazz. I still believe that. I think he can be the leader that the Jazz need on the court to get guys organized and get them the ball in the right places at the right time. I think Walt can do that. He's obviously a tremendous shooter with tremendous range. I mean, fabulous free throw shooter. He plays under control. He plays his own pace. He's able to finish with both hands around the basket in the lane. We saw that full court drive that he did, and finishing with his left hand off the glass. And that was a play that I'm sure we will see more similar plays to that. Not only this summer, but next season as well, because he's certainly going to get minutes with the Jazz. I don't think the Jazz made the effort to acquire him that they did and trade up from 21 to 18 to acquire him, to just see him go play in the G League and do G League minutes. I mean, he's a 4-year college player. He was really good at Iona under Rick Pitino. He was very good with the Gators last year, especially with leading that team to an NCAA championship. And he was obviously the main cog there. When the team got down, he put the team on his shoulders and shot him back into at least one of those games. And he was just absolutely fabulous. And his leadership qualities, he has those leadership qualities, and I think he can do that in the NBA as well. Is he going to do that immediately? That's asking a lot of a rookie player, but let's give him some time to work into that. So I think that though all those qualities are there, I think the leadership qualities are there, and the Jazz have desperately needed that. And I think that's why I really wanted the Jazz to draft this guy. So we'll see what happens, but good debut with 3 for 8 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 9 total points. It's a nice debut. So the other 3 guys that played in this game, I mean, they are really there to kind of like set a defensive tone. That's all 3 of these guys, Springer, Sanogo, and Harkless, are defensive-minded players. Harkless, I think, is the best perimeter defender on the Jazz roster. I mean, he played a few games with the Jazz last year, but spent more time in the G League. But his defense and his aggressiveness on defense on the perimeter is really nice. So I think those guys, obviously, for those guys to get minutes with the Jazz, with the main team, NBA minutes, significant NBA minutes, I mean, that's going to be difficult with the Jazz having so many young guys needing to get minutes. So we'll see what that goes with those guys. But in terms of summer league, those guys are really good. Three good guys to have on your summer league team to kind of provide a defensive mindset that's really aggressive and really strong, and really, they get up into guys, and that's what those guys can do. So overall, I think it's a really good starting point for the Jazz for summer. And obviously I'm very looking forward to the game on Monday and the game on Tuesday, and then next weekend in Vegas, where all 30 teams will be represented. But other than that, I think that we will call it a day and say so long, and let's all hope that tomorrow's game in the Huntsman Center is another good one, and hopefully it's another competitive game. It's always nice to see a competitive game in Summer League rather than some blowout that really doesn't matter. But we ask those people watching on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. And you can also follow us on X at Jazz Smack, and we will talk to everybody later. And I hope that everybody has a great rest of your afternoon. So long.